Hi everyone, today on Simply Maha we're going to be making some shawarma bread or some shrak bread as it's better known. It's a Middle Eastern style bread that's rolled out very thinly and then it's cooked on top of a hot stone. I don't have a hot stone, so I'm going to improvise by taking my cast iron skillet, turning it around and cooking my bread on that. So let's get started. So all you're going to need for your dough is 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Throw that in and just get that incorporated in the flour. After that, I'm just going to add 1 cup plus 1 tablespoon of warm water. So the temperature of the water really does affect the texture of the dough. Just make sure it's not cold or hot. Just room temperature warm is fine. And scrape down the sides. Get that incorporated very, very well. Now you can see even though when the dough starts to pull out from the sides, when it starts getting incorporated like that, this is far from getting ready because as you can see, when you come to pull it, it's not elastic at all. It tears with you and it's not supple or elastic yet. We have to activate the gluten. So this is going to need about 10 more minutes. So I'm going to need that for 5 minutes, and after that, I'm going to throw in a tablespoon of oil. And then get that mixing for 5 more minutes. The key for this dough is really kneading it a lot, like I said. And also, we are going to let this rest for about an hour, I would say. Some people let this rest overnight. I have never been patient enough to try resting it overnight. They say you get better results, but I'm happy the way mine turns out every time. So I just let it rise for, like I said, about an hour. And you can see how supple and stretchy that dough is. I'm just gonna roll it out into a log and I'm gonna separate it into 10 equal pieces. I'm gonna get that placed on a pan with some flour, dust it with a little bit more, and then I'm gonna cover it so that it doesn't dry out. Now, once you're ready to roll out this dough, you wanna get a round cast iron skillet and you wanna turn it upside down and let it preheat on very, very high heat. And if you don't have a cast iron skillet that you can turn over, you can put this dough in a regular pan. I just have never tried that, so if you do, let me know. I'm going to start flattening out my dough with oil. And as you can see, making circular motions just to, give it its round shape. Stretching it like that. Now, it's very important to get the sides and the edges just as thin as the center. So that's why I'm really focusing on the edges. Turn it around. Do the same thing on the other side. And you want this to be paper thin. As you can see, as I keep stretching it, you're going to be able to see my work table and just get those sides as flat as the center, like I said. And now the way that you're gonna carry this dough is you're gonna start from the edge that's away from you, so very carefully because you don't want it to bunch back, and place it on your knuckles just so you keep the shape. And as you put it on your pan, you can actually stretch it out even more just because the pan is super hot, so it is gonna stick there. And after about not even 20 seconds, you can flip it over. You don't want this to dry out at all. It was very, very hot. As you can see, I almost scorched myself. So you're just gonna take a little help from a spatula. You want it to be nice and gold like that. And if it tears a bit, don't worry, that's fine. And we're just gonna continue to do all of that to the rest. Here's your finished product. They turned out very, very nice. And as you could see, I had already snacked the last one. I just kept picking at it and snacking on it. Now, if you want this to be more bready and not as thin, you can add half a teaspoon of yeast and let it rise for more than an hour. But I like it paper thin just like that because I make this with sandwiches or I put this under mensef. But if you want to try adding some yeast to it and see how it is, you can totally do that. It's up to you. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to comment and share and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram and I will see you next time on Simply Maha. Bye-bye.